Welcome to the Van Jam Podcast.
Action.
All right. Welcome to the third episode of the Van Jam Podcast.
Welcome.
Drew, you look very happy to be here today. How you doing?
Tell us about your weekend, Drew.
I'm doing all right. We're not going to talk about my weekend yet. How about we talk about the business first?
Business. Wink, wink.
Yeah. When's the last time we did a podcast?
Last time we did a podcast was about 2 months ago at this
It
point.
was Christmas. After Christmas.
Realistically.
We did 2 episodes in the same day, so we haven't caught up with anything since Christmas. So for a month and a half, shut the heater off.
It's like, shh.
Can you just say it, though?
I mean, I thought it was pretty clear.
No idea.
I was trying to have a fluid transition. Oh, there we go.
I mean, it was like pretty standard, like, not to get back on sign language
So
again
here we
on
go.
the podcast,
So here's
but like
the thing,
a
though.
point
Now
and then
we're
a
talking
cut.
about it more than we need to, and it's a distraction.
It's
So
from what?
moving right
I think
along.
this is the podcast right here. It's just us being distracted and fucking with each other.
The distraction.
So, hold on. We went to eat this weekend, and my dumb ass is reading the fucking ticket, and it said, somebody got a salad, and then it said ADD chicken. I'm reading it as AD, like my brain won't let me read it as add chicken. I'm like, ADD chicken. What the fuck does a chicken have ADD?
It's those hormones, bro.
And I was like, oh, never mind. I was like, who the fuck diagnosed the chicken before they killed it?
Dude, you gotta figure out if that's still good.
Yeah, if anybody's wondering what I'm smelling on, it's our second unofficial podcast sponsor.
No, it's not.
Atlantic
Be
Brewing.
expired. I don't think you
Yeah,
can do that.
about 2
I don't think I would call that out. It might kill you on the podcast.
I don't know. It's if I die, it's
Here,
probably,
you take a sip. I'll take a sip. Romeo and Juliet, this shit.
just tastes like rum chata, bitch.
Oh, not bad. For a 2-year-old beer.
A warm 2-year-old beer.
Marcos loves a warm beer, don't?
Yeah, he's a warm beer.
Times get tough.
connoisseur.
The beer gets warm. Yeah.
You just live in a van that doesn't have a fridge.
Yeah, literally.
Fucking times get
No,
tough.
but even before that,
Well, because I always had a beer in my car, and it was just like, where are we at?
Yeah, but that's not really a times get tough things. That's just you're a fucking degenerate. Like,
Tough
Correct.
times never last.
it's not like you were living in a house and they cut your electric off and you're like, I have my last beer. And you're just drinking a sad, warm beer.
Yeah, I used to just have beers by my nightstand and just wake up in the morning like.
Yeah. Yeah.
disgusting.
I've drank a warm Yingling or 2 or 10 in my day.
I'm a warm Miller Lite guy.
10.
If it's gonna be, if I'm drinking something, it's gonna be warm piss. I'm not gonna be drinking warm throw up. I don't know. Yingling's heavy. for
Whoa,
me.
easy, dude.
I like Yingling cold, but
Don't
like
be disrespecting Yingling
not
like that.
disrespecting.
It's the oldest
All
brewery
right,
in
so
America.
let's talk about the business real quick.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We've had a crazy
The
couple weeks.
business.
We we were on the Sales Report podcast, which was amazing
That was
experience.
amazing.
It was fucking dope as hell. Shout out to Eric Shorter and Mike Smith.
Thanks for the $40.
Yeah, we did that. We did that. Did we tell you
Oh
about that?
yeah. You did the.
Where they asked us if we
Easy
trusted
money.
each other, like to split the money or steal the money from each other.
I like broke. We're broke.
Bitch,
This
we're
is
going-
our money regardless.
So we're going right to sidelines after.
Spend that.
But that was cool. And then we also had we had a couple open mics. 2 of the Casey Ray's.
2 of the cases which we hadn't talked about
Yeah.
because we hadn't had one yet.
Yeah,
so
we'll get there. And then also T. Sleeveless's State of Love event, which was a fucking dope turnout
That
for
was
what it was.
insane.
It was amazing, dude. It was
That was absolutely
it was
insane.
dope. I mean, what was, I don't know who wants to start, but what was your favorite event that we've done so far since last podcast?
Oh, excuse me. Personally, I think the Casey Ray's open mic,
Okay.
just for us as a company,
Yeah.
I think it really showed what we can do for a mixed open mic at a bar. And I think it kind of, it touched on, we had talked about this on the sales report, but about paying for open mics. We had gotten some flack from people before about having an open mic and it not being free. And before that, it was at a bar, but now it kind of just makes it so the people that come out want to be there. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
exactly.
You know what I mean? They're going to pay attention. They're out here to see artists on the up and coming and doing their thing. because you're paying. It's $10. It's not much, but it's enough to make you think about it.
Talking up and coming, dude. Sojo's performance
Oh my
last
God.
Thursday was fucking insane.
Oh my
dude, I like looked at it, I was like, bro, he's like, I know, Bobby, I know. I did that.
By the way, I don't know if you've ever seen one person crowd surf on one other person.
Who caught him? Do you know? Who caught
Soup.
him? Nice.
The only person that's big enough to catch somebody flying through the
out
air.
of nowhere, it was me and the bouncer, and we just saw him fly in the air. And we were like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, House was like, everything was good.
And he
They
kept
started
rapping, bro.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking killing it, dude.
That was good, bro. That was a dope.
I've been thinking about doing like as a company, I'd bring it up to you guys, but like
Oh, now's a good time.
almost like a double XL list almost, but
Okay.
in our own way, like
Yeah.
but just of.
I feel
we
like
talked about awards before and stuff like that. But like,
yeah.
I mean, Sojo is a big runner for a lot of those things, from the way that he's come out explosively to the way that he's committed to it and the way that he's worked. He came in the scene and started working with people instantly. Like,
To me, it's the commitment for artists. Like, listen, you can be where you are as an artist. If I enjoy your music, that's cool, but it's only going to get better.
yeah.
You're not going to fall off by practicing. It's just not going to happen. But it definitely shows when artists come to open mic and are practicing in between open mics. They're timing their sets. They're making sure they got a
Real big
freestyle in the beginning, and then they got a song, or they got two songs that we can mix together for them. They'll hit you up like, hey, like, can we mix this together real quick to, fill up your 5-minute time slot? And that's just the dedication to your art. It's the one thing that I can absolutely not stand about people, is that just that may be talented in something but don't have a dedication towar's it. Like, if
Or
you
respect
can't-
for it either.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't have respect for your craft, then like, why are you doing it? You know what I mean? So that's why I'm get hard on myself sometimes, because I don't be writing a
completely.
lot. But we've been doing events. I'm like, I'm still growing one way or another. It's just
Hands in different pots and stuff. What about you,
Yeah.
Therese? Your favorite event so far?
I would say my favorite is definitely, I don't want to like copy Drew's answer, but the most recent
amazing.
Casey event,
Yeah.
Casey Ray's event. I think that one was my favorite because it was just like we worked out all the kinks in the
Yeah.
first
Oh,
one.
dude, it was so smooth this
and
last time around.
it was just like, I think that the people that came to the last one like came to like chill and like party and stuff, and like listen to music and drink and stuff like that. Whereas maybe the first one, people were like, "Oh, like let me check this out."
Yeah.
And then, like
the first one. The first one was a party.
First one was
yeah, no, it was.
I will say
but
this
there
though.
was a lot more like of a retention. rate
Yeah,
with this
yeah.
one, I would say. Like,
I will
people
say
came
that
and
like,
stayed.
even though the first one was a party, like when Sleeveless went on and when Katie went on to
that
do
shit
their
was
poetry,
amazing.
and everybody was just quiet, because there was hella people there who have never been to an open mic of ours, or
Right.
probably one ever,
Right.
or seen anybody do poetry, and they just kind of got quiet and they just commanded the room, and I was like, all right, that's cool. Like this past one, people were a little bit louder during sets. We had
Especially for
more
the
comedians
comedians.
this time.
The comedians were, dude. I love all the comedians that were on stage, and I've seen them do a couple of those sets before. But they were drowning this week.
Yeah.
And it was a crowd.
I drowned
It was-
this fucking week, bro.
Dude, it was like I saw like shout out to Ryan Curtis. Ryan Curtis is one of the fucking funniest comedians I've seen come in through these doors, dude. and
He's just funny all the way around.
and he's
Just
such
his
a
whole
dope person,
persona,
too.
yeah.
But like, dude, he was just out there, and I saw him, and like, he cut it short. Like, and
Yep.
it's just like, what are you gonna do in that situation? Like, you got to know what you got to do. You got to know your. But that also is a learning experience.
It is.
So like the first time Abel went up, I think Abel killed that first time. Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of like the punchlines didn't get like roaring. You know what I mean? But his cadence of like being on a bigger stage like
Yep.
that was fucking amazing compared to being on a small stage like Mercedes. And it was so dope to see.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough crowd for a comedian. I did a set, and I mean, it was a set that I already had planned on doing, so I wasn't going to change it up based on the crowd. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is what I'm going to do. We had so much to think about. It's hard for me to do as much crowd work when I'm actually working, because I'm not sitting here observing and this. And that. But it still went decent. Is observing funny to you?
We can move right along. Let's just move right along.
I'm curious as to what it was.
That's so funny. You think it's easy to get up there and be a funny guy on stage? When
Huh?
So I would like you to run that back and let me know where I said that.
No, I mean, I'm
No, we're assuming now.
I'm
but
inferring. I'm inferring from my
definitely-
observations and my
Context clues.
I just like got a picture of Drew just like running around at events, and I was like, yeah, no, he's not sitting around,
See,
just like observing. Like he's like, ah!
In case you guys don't know, I run around with like a chicken with my head cut off at events.
Facts.
I'm like, hey, let's leave this chair here so I can sit here because I need a place to sit in between sets, and then I don't sit there.
And half the time you're running
because
to the bar
also-
to get shots.
Usually Marcos and I are stationary, like we can't.
Yeah.
move. There's no one else. that can,
especially
like-
at Casey Ray's.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
so
it's
it's like, hey Drew.
Yeah,
when you get a chance.
That's why I like when like the acoustic guys go up and like I was like, yo, give me a second, because like at the same time though, I love being up there. Like something I don't experience at Miss Seeley's is being up there while rappers are performing. Like
you don't
having
get to
that
see
behind
the
them.
crowd's reaction.
Yeah,
like you're in the crowd for
like
the other one.
Being there for Sojo, like being behind him and like doing whatever little mixes I did and like knowing his lyrics and it did it for me. I was like, yeah.
That's also a benefit to a lot of artists come to our open mics and they're scared to do repeat stuff, especially rappers, because there's always this competitive edge to rappers. Comedians, I understand. We're writing jokes all the time. You just have to be prepared to go there and do some shit that's gonna bomb.
Yeah,
you're just going through material. It doesn't matter if you write it, try it, fuck it, just and move on. But rappers, especially poets, but for the rappers, especially at our open mics, it only benefits more to just keep perfecting that one piece. And I tell a lot of them this because they're so hard on themselves. Like, oh, I don't want to. I'm like, do you feel like the last time you did that song was perfect? No, then keep doing it.
Right.
Then you have to keep doing it. Did you miss lyrics? Did you miss this? Yes, then you need to keep doing it. Because I promise you that the time that it hits, we now like the song.
Right.
And now I see you perform it the exact way it's supposed to be performed. Everybody's going to lose their fucking mind. Not only that, they know the lyrics. Now they're singing along with you, which is crazy for a crowd. Like, you think about going to a fucking concert. Do you think people that go to a Jay-Z concert are like, you know what? I want to hear some Jay-Z that I've never heard before so I could shut the fuck up here and not rap with him. No. Like, you want to know what they're going to do. Like,
it was even like the Dead show I went to the other night. Dude, they played 100%. All hits Saturday night. I saw their set list for Thursday and Friday as well. And dude, they did a lot more like bluegrass, folk,
little
stuff.
deeper cuts.
But dude, Saturday night, dog, front to back, it was literally like because me and Allie have had so many conversations about our favorite Dead songs. Dude, no lie, it was her favorite, my favorite, our favorite, back into one of my favorites, back into our favorite. For just the first half. It was like 6 songs for the first hour and
that's a dope set.
And it was amazing. Everybody lost their fucking minds. Like, they did not believe it. Like, and when you do shit like that, like, people love, like, I know I love to go see, live music that I've never heard before.
Yeah. Of course.
But when you know what you're looking for, like, and especially
when you go see an artist that you know, unless you're going to be in this intimate setting, you want to know the fucking song.
And unless it's a complete banger too.
Yeah.
Like that second song Sojo did, it was like more of like a New York drill like vibe, elegance or something like
shout
that.
out to him for that song, because me and you were just talking about, I was like, none of the artists that come to open mic have a song that makes me want to fucking fight somebody.
Yeah, and that
like, I want to fuck somebody up. And he starts going off and I'm like, oh yes, this is the one. I'm like, Andrew, you're working. You can't get kicked out of this bar.
I love using that excuse that I'm working when people talk to me. Janet does it all the time. Janet, I love you. You say I never say I love you online and stuff, but I love you, Janet.
But we're working. That's twice now, technically, because we're working now. So,
but she's always coming up to me and like trying to talk to me, like whether it's talking shit, whether it's talking like something that I need to know or what something. I'm like, I can't. I
go up and try and tell you stuff that you guys do need to, like, you straight up do need to know.
But you come up at times where I'm trying to handle 4 fucking things at once. When a song's about to end and I gotta queue up another song.
That's why I stand there and wait, motherfucker. Get to me when you get a chance.
Yo, also shout out to... This was a bittersweet moment for me because I'm trying to figure the list out. We were extreme. Well, we had almost 30 performers at this Thursday's open mic. Like,
we did.
There was
it was a lot.
28 total on the list.
28 on the list.
We got through 28?
No. There was...
We got to 25, 23?
Yeah.
I think we got to 23. We got through the whole list.
We got through the whole, like, our list. We didn't get through the standby list.
But
the whole
But
list
we had added, like, I think Mouse was, like, first on standby list, and everybody's like... now I have organically all these people coming up to me. Hey, can you get Matt? I'm like, I'm going to try, but I need you to leave me the fuck alone while I'm trying to figure this shit out. I'm trying to get people on and off this stage as fast as I can.
Even like we thought we weren't going to be able to do a intermission.
While giving myself a set.
Yeah.
Because I always get shit from everybody. Like, oh, we come to the open mic to see you perform and you don't perform. Right. Well, now I'm going to go up and you're telling me you want to see these other people perform. That's why I don't perform. Yeah. I'm trying to give other people... I don't give a fuck if I perform at every
people what they want.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't care.
We do this for y'all. That's like the crazy.
That's it. And that's what people need to understand.
I know you and me both love performing as much as the other person. And when we want to perform, we're going to fucking perform. Mm-hmm. But like...
Some days you just got to put it on the back burner, dude.
It's not...
You know, especially when we have... Like, if we get a list at open mic, we get hella new people.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
We're like... We're like, hey...
Let them have it.
We'll take over. Like, if I get a new person on the standby list and I'm on the list, I'm like, I'm just going to let them have it. You can
obviously.
But if you've been rocking the open mics for a long time and I ain't done a set in like a month, And you on a standby list? You should have emailed earlier. I don't know what to tell you.
Y'all know what time we're open.
Hey, my name Young Dread the Prophet. I'm a rap
And I don't know how to email at 8 a.m.
So I thought y'all said 8 p.m. I'm sorry.
My name Young Dread the Prophet, and I set my alarm clock for noon.
He said, I still don't wake up, though.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Shout out Young Dread.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right. So other events, we had the sleeveless event. We didn't really talk about.
Yeah, we can get into that.
That was nice.
That was like the first event that we did like for another person. If that makes sense. Like we put it on, but it was an event for another.
Does that make you
artist.
uncomfortable?
Yeah, it was making me uncomfortable.
She didn't know how loud I was going to turn her up.
Yeah.
But yeah, State of Love EP and birthday release party for T Sleeveless.
Yeah,
Fucking.
it was awesome.
Do you know how long he's been going to Sealy's? I don't know because was he there when
Sleeveless has been going to Sealy's longer than I have.
Okay, word.
So he was there. Me and him talked about it. I know. Don't quote me on these exact numbers, but I believe him and Tensai were going there for like 6 months before I even showed up.
Yeah.
Word.
I don't know if it was like week in, week out, every week, but I had met them at Sealy's, and then I only went to Sealy's twice before the pandemic shut down, and then after was when I started to get close with them because immediately when they had opened up, they were back at it, and then when I found out they were doing it again, I was like, all right, time to get back to work. So
no, but yeah, his growth, even just he's one of the people that does poems a lot repeatedly, and
he was doing. I mean, he was rapping in the beginning. He was making music. And,
okay.
Oh yeah. He was doing songs with Tensai.
Oh shit.
And I think he just really found his way to be more into poetry.
Okay.
Him, Tensai, and Tin recorded a song.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They went at Marty's.
It wasn't the one that they put out. Wasn't Ascension, right?
I don't remember.
Because that was 10 and 10 side. I was pretty sure.
I don't remember, and that might have been it. But maybe they took Sleeveless's verse off or something. Like he might have pulled it. But they all went to the studio together because they pulled up to my my fucking apartment after.
Word. No, dude.
That was when I really had like a sit down conversation with them. Like got to know them. So it was dope.
Yeah, no, dude. His event. He's one of the people that have just progressed so much as an artist in the way that he emphasizes words and just reworks poems and just does them until it's fucking perfect.
Yep.
And perfect. And just to see what he's doing now is fucking amazing. And just the way that he threw that event together, like it was the most wholesome boast about himself.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. His birthday party, dude, you gotta celebrate your fucking life and you gotta celebrate your creations. And to see the energy that he had walking around, where his head was so high, but he was just there for love. He was just there to be there.
It was never. There was nothing about that event that screamed, "Look at me, look at me."
No.
Except when he's posing every 30 minutes,
yeah, well,
Hey,
we love
it's a good picture.
We got on him in person, so we're getting on him in the podcast.
We just gotta even it out.
It was a fucking dope ass event.
It really was.
It was really a dope ass event. It was cool for me. It was a dope event for me to host. I really enjoyed doing that.
I love DJing it too. It was you know me. I'm gonna fucking dive into the house whenever the fuck I can.
Oh, we know.
But
we are in fact aware of that. Go ahead though. Yeah.
And
Here we fucking
go. But just. I mean, I learned it through every event that I DJ, but saying what people are going to dance to and what people don't dance to and want to dance to, it's so much knowledge that I keep taking.
Yeah, but you're just growing, man.
Yeah, it's wild because once I'm already starting it where I have mixes locked in my head.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, all right, this song can transition right to this song or 4 other songs. Yep. Can open up different breezeways to go to, you know what I mean? And I think I just get to, with the house stuff, I get to in my head about these songs have to be mixed together, they have to flow. Then it's really just you just gotta keep the party going.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta read the room. You gotta
at some point you gotta realize you're being paid to DJ as in keep the vibe going music, not as a performer.
Yeah.
You
Especially in that type of
so it's completely different when you're DJing as a performer. That's when the cuts got to be perfect. People are looking at this, the drops, the this, that. Sometimes people just want to hear one song after another song.
Because if I wasn't there, it would be an aux chord. It would be an aux chord if I wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you're trying to curate a vibe based on different songs. It can't always mix. Sometimes you just gotta fade one out and fade another one in and call it a fucking day. You know what I mean?
They go crazy.
Sometimes you gotta hear, Nipsey Hussle after the Cupid Shuffle. Sometimes that's just how it goes.
Not that DJ. I'll let y'all know that now. Y'all might get a house remix of the Cha Cha Slide. That's all you're getting.
That's all the line dancing y'all motherfuckers will be getting.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
no, that's that's the way it is, and it's fun to see you grow in that too, because from seeing you DJ at the raves to then each week at open mic,
Dude,
like even how you do open mic has to be different than how you do other things.
No, and-
you're picking one song to encapsulate the vibe
before somebody
of a person
and,
before they go
and I
up.
can kill the room or bring the room all the way up.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. I noticed that a lot with Casey Ray's. Like, and because the room is so big and the sound system is so loud as well, I don't really hear the reaction, but I hear it like a. Like I'll hear the lyrics come out of people, or I'll see like people across the room start moving. I'm like, okay, let's stick.
I think now that we're locked in at Casey Ray's a little bit better, I definitely think we're gonna have to get into capping the list a little bit. I want the vibe. It was it was good. It went very, very well for us. We had a lot of people up there to perform, and that's part of it. But part of it is making sure that everybody's there having a good time.
Yeah.
Right.
So getting up and just firing through people was like, it wasn't really personal. It's like, I'm like, okay, this person was this person was and it's like, then that's fine as an MC. I'm cool with that. But sometimes you want to let that music breathe a little bit between,
Right.
Especially
between
in that
sets.
situation.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what we're aiming for the comedy shows coming up in the future over at Casey Ray's as well, is to have a little bit more of that like mingling, it's just bar vibe, because that's the one thing about Casey Ray's that's so fucking beautiful, is it has that Cheers vibe without it being like a fucking wasteland cesspool of drunks. Like it's like
No, it's fast.
Everybody that goes there wants to go there to get drunk and fucking fellowship in a place that is,
and support somebody that they know and see this person for and learn other artists.
Even with the bands that come, like they bring all their fans. Like you see it, like they're there for them. I've seen people just leave after the bands. Like that's what it's about, and it's beautiful that this place is there to be able to do that.
It's dope to see fucking people get up there to perform, and then maybe somebody that never seen them perform before is like, "Oh man, when you get done, I'm gonna get you a shot," and they get to talking, networking, and shit like that. Shout out to everybody that bought me shots.
Yeah,
this was a lot of y'all.
Please stop. Please stop. We need
You
him.
don't need
This was a rough weekend. Let me just say.
You don't need
I spent like so much money on alcohol at this Dead show, dude. It wasn't as bad as the comedy venues though. The comedy venues are fucking
strip
insane.
club.
I bet.
We know.
I dropped like, dude, 150 easy on just a couple beers and 2 Jameson shots. She was like, honey, like Jameson's on the more expensive side, so I'm just gonna hook. Dude, just give us like a triple, like, and they were only like $18, but that's for a single.
We went to, where did we go? Where did we go? That had it was Tennessee Beer Hall, and I was like, can I get I'll get a double shot of Henny if you haven't. And they're like, okay. So their shots there are 1.5s. So for 1.5 of Henny, 1.5 ounces was $12. For the double, they discount the double. It was only $18. I was like, bro, I can't get a 3-ounce shot of Henny for $18 anywhere else.
Fuck no.
Like, I will be back.
AC, we're gonna be in AC all summer long. I know that. I wanted, like, when you told me about your AC trip today, I made like a little thing popped in my head where I want to start like an Easter egg thing where it's just like, how many times can I just find Tina randomly in AC just looping down the boardwalk?
I haven't seen her yet though.
I know.
I think she was on a flight.
We have a business meeting next Monday down in AC.
You did tell me about
okay.
that.
You will be reimbursed for gas and any costs, but we need you.
Yeah, but we have a business meeting. It means you're driving both of our asses.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, so just be ready for that. I think I need you at like
Can you
6
get
o'clock.
Joey Bowie and
Yeah, that's
Long
fine.
Island?
That's perfectly fine. All right.
I'm excited
Although-
for that.
unless Cedarville is out that way.
No, it's not. Don't tell people where I live, Doug.
He live in
We
Bridgeton.
literally said it
Can we
within
beep
the
that
first
out?
5 minutes of the first
That's
podcast. So
That's not Cedarville, dog. That's Fortescue.
You
literally,
lost, home.
But yeah, dude, AC is definitely going to be a vibe.
Yeah, so we're looking into getting, because we're talking about it like other people are listening to know, but we're looking into getting into the open mic scene down in AC. Something that me and Marcos have felt passionately about since we started was Philly is diluted. I don't know if diluted is the right
Saturated.
word. Saturated.
It's
That's what I'm looking
There's
for.
something always going on. You can
You
walk
can
out.
get you can get open mic any night of the week.
Yeah.
Any night of the week you want to find an open mic, you can find one. And that's cool. That's all well and good, and there's something to be said for that. Yeah.
About the city.
But we're trying to build a culture. We're trying to. So AC doesn't have that.
no, it doesn't.
But it's on the come up.
It's on the come up. AC in a couple years is not going to be. It's going to be booming, but not the way that anybody expects. It's not going to be all just casinos. There's a lot of people down there.
There's a big art renaissance happening.
There's
right
a
now,
huge
too.
art renaissance. There's a lot of people down there buying smaller buildings, like the one that Katie lives in, rehabbing it, trying to get. They got a lot of artists that live in there. They're working with them. They're doing all different businesses. They're building a surf shop right next to there. Atlantic City's never had a surf shop.
For real?
Never had a surf. Doesn't even make sense. Right next to the beach. Never had a surf shop. So they're building a surf shop there. Then you have Tennessee Beer Hall. All of those businesses right there. They're all linked. They're all investors. Rhythm and Spirits.
Yeah, okay.
Tennessee Beer Hall. Cuzzy's, the pizza place right there.
Yeah.
I think Bar 32 might be involved with them. But it's just a lot of different shit. And these are all people that are like investing their money into different, and they're creating this vibe. And it's a huge arts thing. A lot of them are about performances, different bands, things like that. Smaller scale shit that people want, locals want. But on top of that, like when you go there as a tourist and you're like, oh, there's a small, when I go to places as a tourist, I'm looking for dive bars.
Oh,
Right.
That's what I'm always looking for.
Right.
But if I can find a dive bar, they got live music tonight. Fuck yeah, I'll be
dive bars,
open mic,
spots for art, just all that
Absolutely.
dope shit. Just get immersed in the culture of what it is, and that's the best part about. All these cities already have their cultures that are established for years. Atlantic City is just like, you go to Atlantic City, you get fucked up. You fucking do all this shit. You go to Violin. Excuse me. Violin is a very big Latino community, and that is the culture of it. The culture is going down Landis Avenue and seeing who you see, how you see them, where you see them. But that also is such an absence of culture in those things as well, where we can literally make and
it's an absence. The culture in these places in Atlantic City and in Vineland is just what it is right now, but it doesn't allow people to show their art. It hasn't.
There's no outlet for that, dude.
There's
you get 2 murals on Landis Avenue and they're all curated. Like bro, imagine if we just had a brick wall in the middle of the city somewhere where for 2 weeks at a time an artist comes through and tags it up.
Paint over it and then somebody else comes in.
Because that continues the
Yeah.
culture. That like that. That's the culture of it. It's just. And it's just like, like if there could be designated buildings, like, bro, I mean, that could be something we could look into, where people just donate their side of their buildings to get tagged up, like for artists that we curate. You know what I mean? But
that's what. So Katie has an interview for something in the arts down there. I don't want to speak on it too soon, but I don't know exactly what the position is. But it's basically the art in Atlantic City. It's to help artists work, to keep them working, and to keep them painting. It's getting places to do murals, this, that.
that's the hardest part about it.
Yeah.
People donating money, donating buildings to do this stuff, because there's so many fucking artists that, like, cities like Atlantic City and Philly could swallow an artist up. Like, you can move down there with these big dreams that you want to do this and that, and then you just get lost in the partying and all this stuff. Well, why not combine some of that stuff? Why not combine that? Oh, on a Tuesday night, I can go out to a bar and hang out with my friends. Have a mild night, could have an open mic, and I can do this. Or I can post up some of my artwork at this open mic, because we're allowing you to vend what you do there. Show people what you do. So,
Because there's so many dope people, dude. In all corners of fucking South Jersey, all these fucking woods, all these fucking pinelands, they're just hiding. They're just hiding.
Hide behind the pine trees.
Even if they're not pineys, they're fucking in there with the pineys. That's how they look at us. Dude, the amount of people, even when I played sports in high school, the amount of teams that didn't know Violin had a center city, that thought Violin was just farmlands because they're coming from East Violin and just going straight through it. Like Oakcrest and all, they just thought we were just country people.
well, they're fucking pineys too.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
That's
They
pineland.
wanted to see what they wanted to see.
Yeah.
they were judges.
No, but even, further north you go, just the motherfuckers were, in Central Jersey, as they like to call themselves, they were fucking pineys. Like, they're like, oh, it's fucking Alabama down there. In some places it might be, but we got a lot of culture down here,
Those
bro.
places can be fun.
I'm gonna say it like this. I don't know if you remember this or you ever seen the clip. You ever seen the clip when Outkast won their award? And fucking Andre 3000 gets on the mic and he's like, the South got something to say. And motherfuckers are booing him, bro. He's going off. He's like, now he's like, the South got something to say. And like, keep it G with you. That's kind of how it feels down here. Like, I went up north to do comedy and them motherfuckers are all like, oh yeah, we're from fucking here in Newark, Monmouth County, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck off, dude.
What does that mean, dog?
You're still trying to convince me that this is Central Jersey, dude. I'm not listening to anything you're
that
saying.
shit is New York. That shit is New York suburbs. That's what that is.
Yeah, bro. Like, but there's a lot of culture down here because of the mixing of the Atlantic City and Philly. We got Delaware there. Like, people won't complain about where we're from, bro. We're pretty centrally located to a lot of shit. A lot more than...
It could be a hub. It's like...
We're 45 minutes from Philly, 45 minutes from fucking from Delaware, from Maryland,
AC.
from AC, from fucking...
Yeah, you can be in Maryland in 45 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. You can be in Baltimore in 2 hours, DC in 2 hours.
Yeah.
I could be from here to New York in 2 hours. Depending where you live in Central Jersey, you can't get to New York in 2 hours because you got traffic. Like...
You're ballsy for saying 2 hours for DC and New York, but
I
hear your
it's
point.
close.
Have you ever seen the way you drive?
It's close.
Huh?
So I know Allie almost killed us 4 times the other day.
Side note, don't talk about her like that.
Side note,
not talking about her.
talking about my life.
Stating a fact.
we're talking about driving, and then I brought up a lot of trauma that I just experienced this past weekend when we almost went head on to another fucking car. Because in mid sentence, while she goes, I was just telling Brianna the other day, like, she thinks I'm such a bad driver, but I'm such a good driver, blah blah blah, something like that. And literally, the Wawa off I think it's like the Mullica Hill exit, like 50B.
She's looking back like, I'm a good driver, I swear.
Talk about the one. We're coming back from the Wawa to go back on 55, and you know that light where you make the left?
Yeah.
Right there, the car's coming straight. I'm like, dude, you don't have a green arrow, bro.
I was in the back.
She's merging, not even looking. She's just like,
We're going to AC, and fucking Danny's driving. I'm in the back. And I'm like in my phone.
Oh my God.
I'm in my phone, bro. I'm just in it, like just chilling, like whatever. And then all of a sudden it's like, and I'm like, oh fuck! And I'm like, she's just pimping it. Just I'm like, for like a minute, nobody says nothing. I'm like, does anybody want to tell me what the fuck just happened? Well, somebody took a turn real wide, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, we could have talked about it after instead of just acting like nothing happened. Like, bitch, you threw me from one side of the car to the other. I know something happened.
that shit going through the car.
That shit was like,
I like to think that I know people don't feel the safest when they're in the car with me.
Correct.
But I like
sometimes.
Yeah, but I like to know in my heart of hearts that, like, I got it.
Do you know what my only issue with you is? Let's get into it.
Because I know.
No, please.
Because we have a lot of we have a lot of silent moments. We got a lot of silent.
I
moments.
also have a pet peeve with Marcos's driving. So let's finish out the podcast strong.
He does not understand the width of his vehicle.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Oh,
okay.
It is because he favors away from the left lane, always to the right lane.
You know what's
and
funny
I'm like,
though?
hey, buddy, we're in the right lane.
He doesn't have his right
no,
rear
he
view.
does because I fixed it.
Oh, you did fix it.
I did fix it.
Okay.
We were on our way to Munchies, right? And so I don't know if you've ever been on Route 130.
Right.
It's very tight if you're in the right lane or near the median, really. Me, personally, I'll ride near the median because I can see how close I am to that. That doesn't bother me. This motherfucker's all the way in the right lane, and he's favoring to the right to stay away from the cars in the middle lane. So he's like this way. It's literally road, curb, telephone pole, and I'm just watching him go by. And then he just like kind of takes it off for a second, and it was like, skirt. I'm like, Not only that, it was the fucking. We don't have a spare on the van anymore because we already had one flat tire.
Shout out AC.
Right.
So that shit happened.
Right.
I'm just like, yo,
When I take my podcast equipment back today, I put the spare on my back of my shit.
You lying.
I gotta fill it up.
My least favorite thing about your driving is that you do this thing where you're driving and you fucking try and look at me. And just like try and like make eye contact.
It's so beautiful, Talise. It's so
Shut
beautiful.
the fuck up. That's like I just can't even
that doesn't
fathom.
really bother me that much.
It bothers the shit
like
out
I
of me
can't
because I'm
hear
like,
myself.
can you just look at the road? Is it that hard?
You have me turned all the way down. Am I peaking?
Dude, yeah, you're peaking.
Okay.
You need to turn yours up.
Yeah, turn mine up. There we go. That's better.
Yeah, you're peaking.
Okay.
Now you're good.
All right. Yeah, no, I hate when you're trying to have a conversation with me and like make eye contact while
Well,
you're
that's the only
driving.
way-
I just wish you would focus on driving.
Like you guys have this moment where he's just looking over, he's like, right?
I'm like, stop fucking looking at me.
I'll be trying to show my phone. I'll be like, do you feel safer? Did you feel safer in Maine than you do now?
With your driving?
Yeah.
We don't talk about Maine.
Don't talk about me.
Well,
Fingies.
out of context, that does not sound correct.
I know what it means.
Teresa's solution oriented. When in doubt, fingies.
That's how we would pass the.
I know what it means, but it's out of context. It's terrible.
It's like just so much easier to aim if he just went like that.
Speaking of
Instead of me
blowing
going-
in our art,
Yeah, literally, because that's what you would
I
have
was
done.
literally like, passing the blood. Going 90 down 995 towards Maine.
Fingies.
On the side of a cliff around the island.
I would say, well, here's the thing. I think that here's the thing. I was just living my best life in the back of the van, so I literally didn't give a fuck about your driving.
Yeah,
I could not care
sleeping
less.
and shit. You're fucking not.
See, my thing with people, this is how I judge when people can drive, right? So I've done a lot of dumb shit in cars. But
Correct.
a lot of that dumb shit has prepared me for other shit. For instance, when we used to have blizzards and I had my Miata, I would be driving outside, top down, hoodied up, drifting fucking everywhere with my boy. Yeah, just
Full blown degenerate.
but because of that, I don't have problems driving in the snow ever. It does not bother me. I know how to counter steer. I ain't scared if I get into situations.
Just getting stuck is my problem. That's the only scary part about it.
We know.
We do.
He gets stuck a lot.
Well, yeah.
I got stuck like twice this year already.
But like that's the thing. Like being in situations like that, like me always do. As soon as it was raining outside, I'm like in the car. We going drifting today. Fucking out on parking lots, blowing the tires off these. But because I did shit like that, when I get into situations where the fucking car goes sideways and people let go of the steering wheel and they have no idea what to do, like. You know, girls that like to drive fucking 90 and they don't. I'm not saying this is you.
I don't drive 90. So
I know you don't. You don't.
Does she goes on fucking Newport Road 20 miles an hour.
I enjoy that. You know why? Because I feel safe.
Exactly.
I feel very. There's something about that road. There's like a ghost on it or something. I don't know.
But there's just some people that don't understand.
Sorry, my brother sounds like an elephant upstairs.
Like they're driving like 90 and it's raining, and I'm like, first of all, there's like. We start hydroplaning, we're fucked. There's not a whole lot you can do during that anyway. But even if it was fixable, I know that you don't know what the fuck you did. That's what scares me. And I can't do anything from over here. I remember I was in high school and it was snowing out. Our school bus driver picks us up, whatever, right on Route 77 and Finley Road in Bridgeton, like Rosenhain. It's like right, like I could see the school, almost the school. Our bus, I don't even know what the hell she did to make this bus spin like this in the middle of an intersection, but the bus starts spinning out and this chick just goes hands off the wheel. I'm in high school and I know how to drive better than this, right? I'm like, put your fucking hands on the wheel. Counter steer, bro. I'm at the front of the bus grabbing the fucking steering wheel and I'm throwing, like, trying to steer this bitch all the way right. And it just Tokyo drifting the damn bus, bro. And this thing just comes to a stop in the middle of the intersection. She's like, I was like, you need to change careers because you need to be doing that.
That's one thing I've admitted so many times. I can't drive buses and I can't drive tractor trailers. I could probably do a little Penske truck, maybe like a little Wildwood linen company, but like the tractor, dude, the way Bruno's dad and them be whipping them shits, like, bro, in that small little parking lot, they just be like,
oh yeah, bro.
But they've been doing it since they're 17.
Listen, shout out to truck drivers, man.
Y'all make the world go round, literally.
But I know some really good truck drivers, like Pete, bro. That
truck driver.
He's a fucking wheelman in a truck. And I trust him more in a semi than I do in his regular truck. Because in his regular truck, I just feel like he feels so complacent. Right. I drive big trucks, like, but in a big truck, he's a couple of times he's picked me up to go drive jump trucks and shit through Philly.
Yeah.
He's dropping loads and he's just backing in,
dude. Philly's different too.
Gone, bro. Like he's a wheelman. Like,
one time I went to New York and saw them driving shit,
and he used to. That's why he got so good.
That's
he used to. Pick up from the banana boats when they would drop banana and they would have to load them in right in the middle of Philly. He used to deliver like near Rockefeller Center. All this, he's telling me stories, bro. I'm like, fuck that shit, dude.
Quite literally.
I wouldn't mind like out here. I could probably. I wouldn't mind driving a truck. I don't mind driving big shit, driving shit with.
I see them make them turns, man, and I'm just like, I know that you can't do it. I know that I can't do it. Like,
you just gotta
lose your job that quick.
Oh yeah, man. That's crazy shit, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
shit.
I had a friend. An old friend, he just got his CDLs, and last time I saw him, it was like a 2-month gap in between, and he was just like, first he's like, yeah, I'm getting my CDLs, blah blah. 2 months later, he's like, yeah, I went out for about a month, and I'm done. I'm not doing it.
It's not for everybody, bro. It's definitely not. I have a lot of friends that are truck drivers that have their CDLs. Some of them drive regularly. Some of them just have their CDL because they worked at places they had to work on trucks. So they had to be able to drive them. But one of my friends has a trucking company, and they're wheelmen. Like, shout out to them, bro. They get it. But it's not easy, man. Like, especially for some of them owner operators, man. You get a guy driving a truck in there, fucks the truck up. My buddy Jamel just had a guy hit a bridge too low, whatever. Had to get the truck unloaded, loaded into another truck, pay for that, pay for the bridge. Yeah, insurance will take care of it eventually, but they want the money now.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you got to have bank just laying around for this. It's crazy.
Or the shit I've seen come into the shop that they have to fix, dog. Fucking shit's just ripped off the top. Just like side, like the fucking 18-wheeler's looking like this. Yep. Like, and they're just like, yeah, we got it.
I was doing traffic control on Landis when they were, or not Landis. No, it was Landis. No, I didn't have a flag. I was just fixing cones because people don't know how to stay in the lines. Probably hit at least 20 of them.
Mm-hmm. So I tried
to. So that one spot on Landis where the trees are kind of over like this.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't really bother anybody when you're in the middle lanes. But now we have lanes shifted because they're doing construction on one side or the other. Well, them trees come over like this. The lane's only wide enough for a truck. This truck came hauling ass through there, man. It shouldn't have been going that fast through a work zone anyway. But caught the top corner of that trailer. I heard it. Boom! You can hear it just hitting all the rivets. He steers away, takes the cones out. I'm like, this one. Pulls over and he's just looking at it. I'm like, you hit it? Yeah, you definitely didn't hurt the tree.
Jesus, please be safe.
Be safe.
Please be safe.
Be safe.
On that note, we're about to hit 45. Okay. I'm thinking maybe we just run another one.
Yeah,
we could do that.
We could do a nice little business one, updated to people.
Well, don't forget, like, the first 3 minutes of this are nothing. So
you want to go another 3 minutes?
I mean, it doesn't matter. I feel like we kind of ended it now.
3 minutes is all I need. We can just keep going. We can keep going. It's off, but I can keep going.
We're done.
That's it. This is it for the Van Jam Podcast, episode number 3. Love you guys.